Hi, welcome to Sharing with Susan B, telling stories from the heart. We're looking to inspire, telling stories of struggle, vulnerability, and lessons learned. Hi, I'm Susan Blaine. Welcome. I'm here with Katherine Cooligan. Thank you so much for joining us. Katherine Cooligan is a regional partner, managing partner at Borden, Ladner, Gervais, LLP, and blg.com is the website. You'll see that there, so check it out. You wanted to be a lawyer when you were a kid, and you grew up in Ottawa. Your first job was a bagger at Canadian Tire for 4 Saturdays over a summer holiday. You were a secretarial assistant at your uncle's law firm, and from grade 12 to your first year at law school. Your summer legal aid, you were a summer legal aid student on campus. You were an articling student and lawyer at Gowlings for 16 years, and now you've been at BLG for 13 years.
That's right.
Wow. So your path from the moment you decided you wanted to be a lawyer was very straight.
It was.
Wow. You volunteer a lot too.
I do.
You've done 22 years with the CHEO Foundation.
Yes.
And some of it as a board member, and you're currently on the executive board. Fundraising, the telethon, CHEO telethon, the teddy bear picnic, which is such a popular event here in Ottawa in the summertime. The Royal Ottawa Foundation Leaders for Mental Health Breakfast. You're a table captain. You're the chair of Women of Mental Health. And tell us about what you're really passionate about.
Well, so you can see from my volunteering that obviously children is, one of my great passions in terms of giving back, because, the hospital was such a major part of my life. Yeah. And so giving back to that hospital means a lot to me.
And you're a mama?
Yes.
Of 4 kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so my second, Justin, died at the hospital when he was 5 months old. So we lived there for, almost 5 months. He died just before 5 months. So I'm very passionate about giving back to that hospital because they do incredible work, and
they really do.
The kids need all the support of the community to make sure that they get the help that they need.
Let's talk about your biggest business struggle as a lawyer.
So my biggest business struggle would have been starting out, I think, as a young woman. I remember as a young lawyer, especially when I became a mother, feeling very much that I had to fit into the expectations of what it would be to be a man and to not have children. So I never asked for accommodation on meetings to drop kids off or pick kids up. I was lucky because I had my parents helping me with the kids. But today, and I'm so happy to see that today, fathers are out doing this, and it wasn't like that before. I remember actually, I think all but one of the male partners had stay-at-home wives.
And are you one of the few women managing partners of a law firm?
Well, there are some women managing partners. In our office, there are 5 managing partners for our 5 offices. I'm the only woman.
Yeah.
There have been, and there are, but not a lot.
And being a female leader, right? That sometimes can be a struggle, and as you said, it's a lonely path sometimes. But do you see the landscape changing there?
I do. Well, I definitely do. I mean, obviously, I'd like it to change faster than it is.
Wouldn't we all? Yeah.
It is changing, and I think that it's really important that we, as the women who have the opportunities to lead, that they take those opportunities, so that the women coming up behind us understand that this is in their path, and they can be. Whereas when I started, there were no women leaders. When I had the opportunity to lead, although I didn't feel that I was ready for it, I took the opportunity because I wanted to do it. I wanted to take the challenge, and I want women to know that this is something they can do.
Yeah. And I've heard some of your speeches and your talks and your TEDx talk, and I was so inspired by it, and I think that's your next chapter. I know I've told you that, but biggest personal struggle?
Well, biggest personal struggle for sure was the death of my son.
Yeah.
That's 22 years ago.
Wow.
And it never go. Obviously, that's something that never ever goes away.
No.
I can remember a time when I thought I would never laugh and never smile and never enjoy anything again, but that passed.
Yeah.
People say time heals. I don't believe that. I don't think time heals. I think time gives us practice to learn how to live with it.
Yeah.
And we get better at it as we go along. But that was definitely, and still, even to this day, 22 years later, you know, it still is, it changes your life forever.
I remember hearing too in your one of your talks, and I love the term. I hadn't heard it before. I know it's out there, but work-life integration.
Yes.
Has that been a bit of a struggle?
Well, it's been my solution, I think I would say. The
Okay.
work-life integration.
Lessons learned then.
It was,
Yeah.
because I think what that did for me is allowed me to work and still have time with my kids. So, you know, I talk about bringing them in to the office on the weekends. So if I had to work weekends, it didn't mean that I didn't see them. It meant that, you know, we packed up their bags and they came in with me, and, you know, we made it a fun day still.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of great memories about being in the office. And, you know, when I volunteer, they volunteer with me. So to me, it's been a solution. It wasn't one or the other. I tried as much as I could to do them together, integrate.
Yeah. So let's talk about lessons learned. I know perseverance is something that we talked about, and finding that support that you need.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. You know, when I think back to my greatest personal struggle, you know, I could not have survived it without all of the resources around me, and that's, you know, my colleagues at work.
Yeah.
My family, my friends, and I got professional counseling, and I joined a bereavement group where we had the support of other parents going through the same thing. So it really is, there's so much out there, there's so much support.
And it takes a village, but we have to reach out.
You have to reach out. And it's there. I think when you ask, you'll get it.
That's right.
You know?
And I think the purpose of doing this too is to give people permission that maybe are on the edge of asking for help.
Yes.
Sharing maybe with their inner circle about their struggles.
Yeah.
And that's the first step, right?
It is. And then I think what you'll find is you'll probably end up helping somebody else too.
That's right.
You know, so like if you know, it's almost like give people permission to support you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I've helped a lot of bereaved parents because I was open about what I went through.
Yeah.
And, you know, you share your stories, you share your weaknesses, but you share your strengths and your solutions. And it is, I do think that in the end, it's, in many ways, it's like paying it forward too.
Yeah. Oh, I agree 100%. What advice would you give your younger self, Katherine?
To not be as hard on myself.
Been a little hard on yourself?
Yes, I think so. Probably still.
I'm guilty of that too. Are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Sure.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Why?
My daughter's name is Jasmine, and from the time she was born, I called her Jazzy Man. And so I would sing the Spider-Man song with saying Jazzy Man in the song.
I love it. Favorite food indulgence?
Chocolate.
Darker milk?
Dark.
Well, at least you're the healthier choice. Someone you admire?
My mom.
Nice. Something that not too many people know about you?
I took cake decorating all the way up to wedding cakes.
Really?
Yeah. While I was a lawyer, I did it at night at Michael's in the cake decorating class with a girlfriend.
Wow. How fun was
all
that?
the way up. Yeah. I made all my kids birthday cakes.
I was going to say, you must have great birthday cakes.
Yeah.
Do you do the 3D and everything?
Yes, I've done, yes.
Wow.
They've had a lot.
I saw something on YouTube the other day that blew me away, that were this cake guy. Wow, that's a real skill. Something that, or rather, favorite movie, book, or quote?
I'll say my favorite movie is Dirty Dancing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just love the story and the music and the way that it all comes out in the end. Yeah, it's my favorite one.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Favorite quote? I'm not sure if this would qualify as a quote, but I would say short-term pain, long-term gain.
Yeah, oh, for sure. What's something that always makes you smile, Katherine?
Somebody else's smile.
Aw, nice. What's your definition of success in one sentence?
Not giving up on the goal that you're looking for.
Nice. So where can you connect with Katherine? She's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Of course, we've got blg.com, the law firm that she's with. You can check her out, and she's always got great posts on Facebook. I'm always liking them. She'll take you on her travels with her and everything. Thank you so much for being part of this.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.